Free Peace, I love you. I love you, and I love Leonard Nimoy. I know. I'm glad you said that. Spirituality and Leonard Nimoy. Hmm. Okay. I do want to roll with this because I think, and I don't know about how most people feel, but when my spirituality is in question, I know what I believe and I have faith, and I personally have my own beliefs, which I'll get into if we delve deep into that part. But we're just going to broadly name religion mixed with spirituality and all that in one clump called spirituality for right now, and say that when I feel out of touch, sometimes you're in tune with it and sometimes you're out of touch, and I feel very cluttered. My problem is I'm feeling very cluttered with things. I've got things to do, things to read, things to see, things to respond to, people to meet, things. So many things that I don't have time to sit by the creek and if I'm reading the Bible, if I'm reading poetry, if I'm reading nothing, just meditating on the fact that that's real and this stuff is not real. This stuff, this stuff is not real. That's all bull. Money and computers and cars and fax machines and microwaves. All that stuff is microwaves. All that stuff is man-made junk. When you take a second and dive back into what's real, this is real. This flesh is real. That creek is real. The trees are real. The birds, the wind blowing, the rain falling, the storms. That's real. We bog ourselves down with so much fantasy, man-created junk that we lose that sometimes, and that sometimes is what we need to ground ourselves back to find ourselves again. We get lost in this jumbled jungle of crap, and anyway, I'm going on a tangent, but the point is, I really want to jump into this because for me, when I lose grip on my spirituality, I need to take a time out, go to the mountains, go to the creek, go to the river, go to the lake, meditate. And I really have had this thing. This is going to get really long, so I'm going to cut it short real quick. I'll talk about this in my next video because I'm about to go play WoW, which is another one of those things with my hubby. So, I have had visions is the wrong word because I don't have visions, but since I was younger, in my teens, I couldn't go to churches. I could not go to churches. I couldn't get into churches because everything was so bricked. In lots of churches, it's so bricked. There's no room for flow to side in a church. And I don't mean that every church. I'm sure there are exceptions, and if you're watching this and you have a great church, great, that's fantastic. Keep that church because they're hard to find. But many churches, they're so cut and dry that you're blocked in. You're cased into this ideal and this concept that you can't seem to get out of. And I'm not just talking about the Christian church, everyone. I'm speaking of a synagogue. I'm talking about pagan, Wiccan churches. I'm talking about a majority of religions have a cased-in set of rules. And I've always imagined myself sitting at a river discussing religion and spirituality with a group of people and expanding upon that with our own minds without someone telling us what's real or what's true. We use our own minds, our own thoughts, our own reference material, and just discussing it. And I've always wanted to do that, and I kept imagining this group growing bigger and bigger and it being a great thing, but I never took any action toward it. So I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, but it's something I've always pictured. Like, how when you're daydreaming or you're sleeping and you're half awake, I've always seen this as something that I feel like I'm supposed to do, but I've never done it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that crazy? What is that? Give me some feedback. I'm going to go play some WoW. I want to see some responses. People, come on now. It's not really late. Wherever you are in the world.